Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and covering my DoorDash activities for Saturday, November 8th, 2025. The new holiday creamy vanilla Coke Zero is the bomb. This is not a paid advertisement, but I thought I would just give Coke some free advertising today. This stuff is amazing. Anyway, so really the only today's dash really the only is not really anything too overly exciting or dramatic or anything. The main thing was that for especially the second half of the dash, I felt like complete total utter shit today. So sorry for the language, but it is what it is. But whatever. And I still feel like crap. But we'll get through this. I still want to do the video. It's 6:21, $8 Tim Hortons is pretty routine stuff. The first couple orders, 2 and 6 on that, 20 minutes, and then declined upside down TJ's. Didn't want to mess with that. And you see I zoomed in on where that's going. Not doing it. Not for 12 bucks. Decline there. 654 mile Starbucks. Okay. So this took, what was that, 13 minutes? That's pretty good on that one. 2 and 450. I'm off and running. $18, 16 mile. I only got to shop one thing at Meijer, and then this Starbucks. I went ahead and did it. I took this. It's still early. Traffic's not bad yet. There's my one item from Meijer, just some antifreeze. So pretty straightforward. And so I get an add-on. I think I'm on the way to the Starbucks, and I get this add-on, $6 for an additional 4.5 miles. I went and took the add-on and got to Starbucks. Both orders were sitting right there. So they were sitting there ready. I delivered to the original Starbucks, and this delivered to the hotel that was right across the street, and I don't know why GPS was routing me in a weird direction. If I would have, I don't know. I should have known where would. Sometimes I know all the different hotels that are in that area, but sometimes I'm not for sure like which. I don't keep track of which ones are on which side of the street. If I would have remembered that this one was next to the Bob Evans across the street, then I would have known where to go without GPS. But I had GPS on, and it was routing me the wrong way, and I did a illegal U-turn on Stringtown Road because of it. And then this was going to deliver to the 6th floor of that hotel. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And I go to pull in and park and get out of my car, and some guy grabs my attention. It's the customer. He's standing outside by his car. I didn't even have to go into the hotel. So, that worked out. And then I'm, on my way to I think the second Starbucks drop off, and then I get another add-on to $5 Taco Bell, adding 2 miles. Why not? And but I think next I delivered I think this was the other Starbucks. I don't know, guys. It's 7:48, and then delivered the Taco Bell at 8 o'clock, 2 and 3, and then finally deliver the Meyer. So that customer had to wait like over an hour and 15 minutes to get that antifreeze because of the two add-ons. 9.25 from DoorDash, 2.25 and 6.50 tip. Okay. Now I'm trying to come back to zone, and then I get a couple of these low ball downtown zone McDonald's. Not interested. 4.50 for that one, and then another 4.50. It's just not worth even like messing around with at that time. Uh, I think I took this 14.75 6 Mile Giant Eagle. 14 things to shop. Um, So the main thing here was these shallots, if I'm saying it right. That's how the produce guy pronounced it. I don't, I don't know what this is and never shopped these before. He pointed them out to me, and then the next screen. So it was kind of weird how this was worded. It said to get 2 packs of these, whatever that means. But they at first, uh, because the first screen, well, in the item list, it doesn't say that. It just says shallots, two quantity of two each. So I just grabbed like 2 pieces and threw them in the bag, and then I went to this, click on it, and this is the first time I see this packs and 0.3 pound per pack. So like like a couple of them that were sitting there was like two of it. It's kind of like garlic, kind of the way they were, and there was a couple of them that there was two stuck together, and I guess that's considered a pack. So I took what I had out and put like two that looked like two, and that was about 6/10 of a pound or whatever. Yeah, the cashier didn't even know what they were. She goes to ring out my order, and she's like, what are these?" And I was like, "Shallots." And she goes to look, and she can't find it in the list or whatever. Calls over some other cashier, and that cashier's like, "Oh yeah, those are onions." And probably pulled up the wrong thing, the onion PLU. Who knows? But the red card worked. That's all that matters. So it was a 15-minute shop. I also had to substitute these diapers and this extra sharp white cheddar cheese. To me, it didn't even look like they had a shelf tag or shelf position for this. I'm kind of wondering if that's something that store even carried at all. I don't know, but uh, delivered at 9:01, so 38 minutes for 14.75, 7.75, and then $7 tip. Uh, $13 6 Mile, Jolly Pirate, and Dollar General, and these are going to the same customer. So yeah, uh, so it took me 13 minutes to pick up the Jolly Pirate. It's just 1 dozen donuts, and then get to the Dollar General, 2 gallons of milk. I mean, easy, and delivered this at. So this only took 20, little over 20 minutes, 21 minutes, and that's with stopping at 2 places, and uh and got $13, 3.75 and 9.25 on the tip. That's a good order there. Uh, not not messing around with Aldi's and going out of zone and 26 things to shop for only 15 bucks. Not doing it. Sorry for the dog. There's been a lot of people walking outside. It's nice out today. Um, 11:25, 9 mile Starbucks. This is much better. As far as I'm concerned, this is much better than that previous order because I don't have to, do any work here. I'm just picking up a Starbucks order. So I took this in, 23 minutes, 4:25 and 7. Easy. 1054 mile Kroger. Let's do it. This top thing, this is like that was a baby item. You got some milk here, some bread. So it wasn't even a store worker. Some customer was helping me out with these muffins, and I don't know. I don't know. That shouldn't have irritated me, but for some reason it did. Maybe it's because I just don't feel good today, guys. So you see here, I substituted the Little Debbie's for the Little Bites. If you're looking for the Little Bites, they're around the corner on the bottom. Don't you have your own shopping to do? Sorry, guys. I apologize. I apologize. The dude was just trying to be nice. I apologize. 25 minutes. It's a less than a half hour for my 1050. There you go. Upside down, giant eagle, downtown zone, no. 825, 4.5 mile Kroger, just 4 items. Let's go. I probably should have grabbed a cart for this. I thought, well, only 4 items. This is actually kind of more heavier than you would think. The big pack of toilet paper, and that's the family size country crock. And so I was carrying the toilet paper with these other 3 things stacked on top of it. I was hoping and praying that I wouldn't drop the donuts off of there because it was the only pack they had left. But, I had this done in 6 minutes and, safely transported that up to the checkout lines without a cart. And I guess delivered. I don't know why I took this. This might have been an accidental screenshot, actually. Thinking about it now, but delivered at 10:37. So 24 minutes for the $8. $22, 18-mile Best Buy. Guys, I took this. This was just sheer utter stupidity and idiocy right here. It's there. I don't know. I don't know. You see in my videos, we all, I'm sure, do this, but some of these decisions that we make that are just, we go back and look at it, and how could you have made such a boneheaded, idiotic decision and taken this order? I don't know. I guess I thought, well, it's $22 and that zone it's going up to is busy, and it's a Saturday. I'll be up over $100. Maybe I can log in up there and see what's going on up in that zone. Whatever. So I get to the Best Buy and I'm just getting a scan disc. Okay. I walk inside the front door. I don't know where anything is in Best Buy. Okay. And I asked the guy that's right up front, that's welcoming people into the store. Yeah, that's all the way in the back, and points me to it. Okay, thank you. I go back and I find this aisle that's got some different, flash drives, scan discs, things like that. I only saw one place and I did not see this. I don't know, maybe it might have been at a different place, but the store was busy. I didn't see any other staff to help me or whatever. So, next screenshot, went ahead and dropped it. I was just like, I just I was like, you know what? I'm not. I'm just going to take the hit on this. This was kind of stupid in the first place to even accept it. And so, taking me to 98%. Earlier in the dash, I just had something fall off, a drop from like a week ago. It took me up to 99, and then I immediately dropped something else. So it kind of feels like I'm now going to be hanging out around 98% for who knows how long, especially if I keep making these dumb decisions. That and that I don't know. Maybe this is what made me sick today. Actually, that's kind of about the time frame where things were starting to derail. I was also kind of thinking that my monster was kind of getting to me. But see, the thing is, though, I drink those just about every single day. I drink a can. We buy big cases of it from Sam's Club, and I drink one every day. But it's just like some days it kind of affects me differently than most days, if that makes sense. I don't know. Right away, I get a GFS going to downtown Columbus. I guess fool me once, but not twice today. Not doing this. This is just raunchy. 1275, 11 miles. One of them going out to Groveport. Decline. Not doing Raising Canes for only 7. These, because you got to place the order. I talked about this. You got to place the order and pay. I just don't want to mess with it unless it's like over $10. I just, I don't know why they don't change that. Why can't you be like all the other restaurants? Here we go. 1525, 7.5 mile target, 5 items. Thank you. And then they stack I think I'm inside the store, or maybe I'm just getting to the store, but they stack another only 8 items for $16. So this is now over $31 for like 11 miles, 11, 12 miles. Absolutely. I don't think I didn't get a screenshot of the list initially. This Fresh Pet, they had, I don't think I ever got Fresh Pet at Target before. I always get that at Meijer. But I found the 2 coolers, and one was completely empty and had caution tape across of it, like police investigation style, and it was empty. And the other I should have taken a picture of it for this video, but the other cooler just had like four total, like the rolls of the dog food. And I think like two different kinds. And that was it. That was it for two, 8 foot tall coolers. And so nothing in the bags like this. Okay. Get another at $3 Smoky Bones decline. I'm too busy. Leave me alone. 550 GameStop. A shop for 4 items. Again, I'm busy. Leave me alone. And I'm not a gamer. The only thing I have is one of those small consoles that has like some classic games on it, and I play that once in a while. But other than that, I wouldn't know the first thing about it, whatever would be on this list to shop for. I think I used to see GameStop like years ago or whatever, but this is the first time I've seen it it's been, gosh, I don't know, a couple years maybe, I don't know. Here's another add-on. I think I took this one, 725 3 Mile PetSmart, just one thing to shop for. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Okay, now I get to the one Target customer and deliver at 11:44, and this was hand to customer, and I, she comes to the door, and I, I'm giving her the stuff, and she real quickly like looks through the sacks, and she's like, "Oh, isn't there supposed to be dog food here?" And I was like, "Well, I sent you messages, and I showed so I guess I did get a picture for this video. There they are. There's the 5 total rolls that they had." But I said, "Yeah, I sent you messages," and then like as soon as I said that, she was like, "Oh crap!" Like so she's probably had her phone somewhere else or wasn't tracking the order, and so she didn't get upset at me. She was like, "Well, yeah, I'll have to now go out and get this dog something because he's, acting up or, whatever, blah, blah, blah." Next, 9 minutes later, I get to PetSmart. There's my one item, this frog squeaker. Found that right away. That's pretty easy. It's funny. And then delivered the PetSmart at 12:07. So there's my 725. Okay, and then deliver the other Target. 50 is that the original? That's the original Target delivered at 12:19. So 750 and a 775 tip. So that was so that was an hour and 18 minutes. I made close to $40. Wow. So yeah, that's probably my best orders right there for the day. Because it was like 31 and then that $7. Okay, 10 minutes later, $9 3 Mile Kroger. I declined this. I'd already done a couple Kroger orders where and the store was busy. I just didn't want to mess with Kroger at this particular moment. But I'll mess with CVS. Let's do it. It's a $6 3 Mile. Only one thing to shop for. Let's do it. This had the wrong location. For some reason, it listed it in the app as at the front of the store. It wasn't. It was obviously back first aid section. I also got myself something to drink and like some trail mix for myself, and that kind of helped a little bit. I needed to eat something, but I didn't want to eat the stuff in my lunch box and or my lunch bag, I should say, and I didn't want any like fast food or anything. So the trail mix helped me out. Um, 20 minutes, three and three, $6. You know, it's kind of delayed a little bit because of the stuff I got. 575 3 Mile Dollar General. Well, maybe. What are the items? Easy. Accepted the order. Went to Dollar General. 1 minute shop. Easy shop there. Pepsi, Velveeta cheese, and a bag of Reese's Minis. Okay, and if 14 minutes for the 575, 350 and 225. Uh, Catering order, Golden China, $18 to go north of downtown. Not doing it. Yeah, not it's too much to mess with and too far of a drive. Minute later, 1750 10 mile PetSmart. But I looked at these items here, and you got several different kinds of dog chews and dog treats, and probably at least a couple of these are they probably won't have, or this looked tricky to me. Maybe it wouldn't have been, but I didn't want to chance it. Plus, it's going out to Obed, so I didn't like the looks of this. This was a decline. Again, not messing with Raising Canes, especially if going to that area. Not doing it. Uh, Golden Corral. Haven't seen this for a while. I took this just to do it, and this is my first. I was probably my first Golden Corral order as a driver. I know as a customer, this is probably like one of the first ever places I ordered from on DoorDash. I got like a meal with a couple sides or whatever. It was really good. That might even been like maybe even before COVID, maybe like 2019 or somewhere in that time frame. But I was a little bit concerned, especially on a Saturday, because the line for people to get to pay and get seated, that line can be really long. And there were no instructions listed, no restaurant instructions at all, which I found kind of unusual. And so I go in there and I'm thinking, man, if there's a line here, what am I supposed to do? You know, because sometimes it's almost like out the door. And so I went inside there, but fortunately, they were just cashing out one set of customers, and then there was nobody else there in the line. So I walked right up to the counter, and I guess that is where you pick up the orders because, I gave the name, they handed it to me, it was ready. But yeah, if there would have been some kind of really long line there, I don't know. Um, no pay screen because another offer came in. So thank you very much, DoorDash. Please fix that. I got my $6 anyway, though, even though there's no pay screen. $9 1 mile Kroger. Only 5 items. Let's do it. Um, the only I was surprised like a deli like a sub and this is and this sub and this chicken salad sandwich, you know, um, all the sandwiches and stuff from a deli area at a store, a lot of times all that's hit and miss. They're supposed to have, all these different types of things, but a lot of times it's not well stocked. But they actually had those. The chicken salad, I grabbed the last one, and then, they had a few of the subs. But the hardest thing was this fruit and nut snack tray, and here it is on the next screen. So this took 8 minutes. I had a kid help me with that, and the two of us was walking all around that produce, not, well, I guess it is a produce department. We were walking all around that. I had checked the cheese area, the cold wall, and we checked, this area and that area, and it was in. We finally found it. It was in this small bunker, like in the middle of the aisle. I just would have never thought to check there, but and delivered 10 minutes later. So the customer was close to the store. 22 minutes for the $9, $3.50 and $5.50. What's next? $3 Pizza Hut decline. $21 PetSmart, going to Darbydale. I'll do it because it's over $20. And that pin, I should zoom in on these closer, but I didn't on this one. But I could pretty well tell, and I was hoping I was right. This didn't look like the trailer park. It's near the closed bridge. This looked a little just slightly east of that, a different place. So I went ahead and took it. Okay, there's my two items. This was easy. 3-minute shop. Dog treats and this, this. Well, the cat food was a little tricky. I scanned several different boxes before I found it. And delivered at $2.19, and yeah, this wasn't anywhere close delivering to the trailer park. This was a different area. This was a home, and so $7 and a $14 tip, and so this took what is that? Just a little over a half hour. So, and then I got pretty lucky. I'm heading back, and I get this is kind of really good timing here. I got a Tacos Don Deme order coming back to Zone. There's only like two things that you can possibly pick up from in that area. There's this Tacos Don Deme, and there's a Subway that I picked up from a few times before. And if you go a little bit further down 62, there's a like a Coney place. I forget what it's called. But that's it. There's nothing else to pick up. I take that back. A dollar store. There's like 4 things, and that's it. And I got really lucky. I got this order to pick up and come back. 19 minutes, and it made my $12 on the return trip. 4 and 8. And that food smelled really good. I don't know what those customers got, but that smelled really good. And my wife and I still haven't tried Tacos Don Deme yet, but we need to. And that was it for today, guys. 21 deliveries that I did today, and half of those was while I wasn't feeling good, but I braved it out for $199.50. You see dash time 8 hours 18 minutes, active 7 hours 11 minutes, only an hour downtime, so that's good. 131 miles driven. Did really good on miles. Now at 5,581 lifetime DoorDash deliveries, and my acceptance rate jumped up 10 points from 36%, finished today at 46%. And one last quick thing, yesterday's video I mentioned that the DoorDash lunch coming up here in like 9 days. I haven't hit the RSVP button yet, but I think I will go to that. I think, a couple of you guys have commented that I should go. My wife said I should go. I kind of want to go just to see what it is and what they have to say. And it said in the email it's an inaugural event, so it's their first time doing something like this. So, you know, I'll get a free lunch, but if nothing else, I get a free lunch out of it. I mean, who knows? Maybe I could get a couple more subscribers and network a little bit. We'll see. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. That's all I got for today. We'll do this all again tomorrow. Hope I feel better tomorrow. As always, be sure to drive safe out there, and we'll catch you at the next video. Thanks again, guys.